till midnight. This is my reselling channel. My name is Allison, and today I have a thrift with me and a haul for you guys from Buffalo Exchange, one of my very, very favorite places to shop and to source from for my reselling business. So if you've watched my videos in the past, you know that I don't just thrift and go to Goodwill or those value villages or the bins. I haven't been to the bins in forever. I like to get pretty stuff that I'm gonna spend anywhere from 20 to 80 to, hey, maybe even more, because I'm thinking about the profit. So I'll see you guys back here after we do the shopping part, the fun part.
Hello everybody, disembodied voice of Allison you are hearing here. This is my thrift with me at Buffalo Exchange, and you are seeing GoPro footage of me entering the store. I'm currently sitting in my closet in my bedroom next to the Christmas suitcases I have not unpacked, and Jack the cat is also sitting right here. But here, if we look at the actual video that we are here today to see, I always go to maxi dresses first. They are my favorite, my day one boo. They are my second best-selling category after jackets and coats. So, looking through stuff here, new with tag free people dress, but that is just too plain, too plain. This dress here is actually a Double D Ranch dress. This is a great brand, but they are very old. And if you can find something that is new-ish and is a little bit of a statement piece, they can go for a lot. Ever since I found this like long sweater vest with fringe that was like a serape pattern, I got it for $5 at Goodwill. I sold it for $115 on eBay in like 5 days. Ever since then, I always pay attention to Double D Ranch. So definitely look out for it. This is a new tags Ghani dress, which would have been very exciting, but they priced it really high at like, I don't know, I think it was like $80 or something, which, I mean, for Ghani, there's only going to be a few dresses that are going to be worth spending $80 for, you know. But of course, I have to pick it up a couple times just to really make sure. Looks like somebody got it from Intermix, which is a website that has a lot of luxury brands on it. So usually when you're at Buffalo Exchange, it's going to be like, you know, 80% just boutique kind of stuff. Here I am looking at the Ghani again. I'm like, let's make triple sure. But anyway, it's going to be mostly boutique stuff. There's some free people overalls, but once again, just too plain. If you see this girl to the right over here, she is actually my nemesis that I met that day, and you will see in a little bit why she is my nemesis, but she has no Banana Republic tag here. I have one Banana Republic thing in my closet that's a gorgeous dress that has been sitting for months, so yeah. But anyway, the girl that I just showed you has zero shopping etiquette, and she is the worst. Here is a BCBG dress, and I guess I cut away because it wasn't that exciting. Boutique, boutique, boutique. This is actually a Zara dress, and I definitely do buy Zara, and this one was actually cute. It was like an apron, halter, backless, but it was just white. It was just plain, and it's out of season. And with this thrift trip, I really wanted to get things that were going to sell quick, because December was a pretty slow sales month for me, so I wasn't really trying to stock up on stuff for like spring, for example. I really wanted stuff that was going to sell fast, and I actually did accomplish my goal, a large portion of this thrift, and I didn't know Allie and Jay was sold at Anthropologie, so you learn something every day. That was a new with tags Allie and Jay dress that actually had an Anthropologie tag. That is the Odell's, which I think I was thinking of a different brand. I actually looked that one up, but it was nothing. I don't think that brand sells for much. I had it mixed up with a different one that's like starts with an O, but I can't remember it now. And here you see we have Reformation for $35. That is the old tag, but that is okay. It's like a halter dress, like a chiffon maxi. pretty see-through here with the light coming through. But a maxi dress Reformation for $35, I definitely need to look up comps for. So I need to check and make sure that it's not oversaturated, that there are some good sold comps, that there are some good stock photos. If you have something that is a new Reformation tag, which is the skinny white tag, as opposed to this one, which is like the kind of see-through larger black tag. If you have a newer Reformation piece, there are gonna be good stock photos, like period. But if you have an older one, you just need to make sure that there are good stock photos that are still clear and good enough resolution for you to use. Because I have run into some pieces before that are older Reformation that you just can't find. And I mean, pieces like these, people need to be able to see how the dress looks on a body. So now I'm looking for flaws. You can see that the fabric tag was cut out there, but they left the size tag in, which I am grateful for, because backless dresses like that are so hard to measure and try to like convincingly, tell a buyer that this is definitely, a size 0 or whatever. It's really hard to measure those. And I didn't bring my IKEA bag today, so I've got my dresses like over my arm, which is really annoying. Okay, this dress is BCBG Max Azria, which I have literally never once picked up before to sell. But this dress definitely caught my eye because it's great that it's new with tag. Like, I don't know if I would have gotten it without new with tag. Just because I know with this brand, you really need as many good things as you can get to kind of stack up to say, okay, yes, this is good to resell. I don't know if you can see here, but there are some really good sold comps. There's like 175, 200. And this dress, it has some really good stock photos, and it's just really pretty. Like, personally, I really like it. And I think it will have a wide audience too. Like, it's not like too sexy. Like, it's sexy without revealing too much and everything like that. So I think a lot of different people would like it. So I definitely grabbed that one to hang over my arm. Some overalls there, and none of those were like, made well. Or I actually found some frame overalls that I sold for $180 recently. So I always look at overalls because they can be really lucrative. What we have here is another Double D Ranch, actually, and they only had this priced at $13, so I don't know. But there were no good stock photos. Like, this is an older label. Here I'm looking for kind of any help, like any identifying tags that give me, they don't have style names with that brand, but just anything that would help me look it up to find a stock photo, and there wasn't anything, so I passed. But again, Double D Ranch can be really, really good. This is a new brand, Pepper Mayo. I had never heard of it before. They sell it at Anthro. This is a really cute dress. Again, it's pretty out of season, but I looked it up because I did like that it was new with tags. It looks pretty trendy in general. Like, this has real like Mara Hoffman vibes, and it is really cute. So I kind of wish that maybe I got it, but you just have to be selective. You just can't get everything that you love. Damson Matter. Okay, so this one I was really intrigued by. I looked it up. It's sold by Anthro. It's sold by Urban Outfitters. I had just never heard of it before. They priced it up a little at $45, so I was like, this must be something. It was kind of open back with the bow. It definitely really springtime, obviously. But I really wanted to just look it up, even if I wasn't going to buy it, just for my own knowledge and edification, so that I know in the future what this brand is kind of about and its general resale price range and all of that. It's always good to know. Like, I'll stop and look up information about a brand or a dress, even if I already know I'm not going to buy this today. I just want to gain more knowledge and learn about the brand, and because, that can really help you out later. It's all about absorbing knowledge every day on what you do, I mean, none of us went to college for this. We are still learning every day about different brands, which is such a fun part of this job. So I found some definitely pretty cute stock photos. Really cute. So I'm standing here definitely considering getting this. I mean, the secondhand sites don't have much of this dress or this brand. So if there are buyers out there that are specifically looking for this brand, I wouldn't have much competition. So I'm like the queen of standing there and just taking way too long to decide. And another cute photo, I'm just finding more photos. And when I find a lot of photos from a lot of different outlets of a dress, you know that there's a lot of demand for it. Check out this girl. She puts her arm right in front of me, so I literally have to take a step back. I'm not even taking a step back to be polite. I had to. Oh, the dress that I'm currently looking at. Oh. And then she fucking takes it and walks the fuck away. And my arm is up because I'm like, what the fuck? Just looking at this footage makes me so mad. Anyway, faithful the brand dress. I do look this one up because I do really like this brand, but I believe what I found is that it was just a little bit too run-of-the-mill, a little bit too everyday, and also a little bit too spring. If I was looking at these dresses and it was like February or March, then maybe I would have purchased it. But it's just a little too plain. I mean, there's nothing crazy going on with this dress. Like, you wouldn't really be able to wear it to a wedding or an event, or, I mean, people have it listed, for a lot, but not a lot of sold comps for a lot. So I am really sorry for this really choppy fast forward, but I like to, instead of just cutting whole sections out of videos, I like to just speed them up and show you that I do really look at a lot of stuff. Again, another Zara that was just way too plain. I always take a second to look at slip dresses, but Nasty Gal is a no. I never have, and I never will pick up fast fashion. The closest I get with fast fashion is Zara, and Zara does actually use real leathers and linens and stuff, so they aren't all terrible. This is a brand that's carried by Anthropologie called Aldo Martins, and I've actually sold a couple sweaters before for a pretty good price from this brand. This one is Rachel Roy, and this one felt like linen, and it was cool. Like, I don't know, it was kind of like a cool wrap dress, but this brand doesn't resell for a lot, and I didn't have any luck finding any inner labels to tell me if it was actually linen, so I passed on that one. I have another blue tie-dye dress that's not doing great, and that, again, I'm really sorry about the resolution. I guess I need to get a new GoPro. Here's a new tag Zara dress. It's some kind of like, see that tag? Like, it's some kind of something. It definitely retails for more than Zara usually does, but this is just way too plain. Like, there's no way that if I put that online, people would be like, ooh, gotta have that. It's just too plain, so I don't even look it up or anything. This is actually Adriana Goldschmied velvet dress. I don't know. It's just gray though. It just didn't speak to me. I can really trust my gut on stuff like that. But Adriana Goldschmied was actually the very first pair of jeans that I sold as a reseller. Fun fact. And they sold for $100. So it was really encouraging. But anyway, right now I'm looking at a vintage dress that it actually did kind of speak to me, but I can't be buying that to resell. It's just not my MO. I like things that have stock photos and information and stuff that has very concrete information that doesn't require a lot of guessing and assuming and just researching for too long, and that's what a lot of vintage does when you try to list it. Sorry if y'all can hear my computer breathing loudly. It's doing that sound right now where your computer is working overtime and the fan is going, but I'm doing the best that I can. That one is actually Amanda Uprichard, which is a slip dress, but I I don't know. That brand is supposed to be good. Like, I learned about it when I first started reselling, but I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of crap, honestly. So, I was kind of intrigued, but yeah, nah. They've had that dress in their store for so long. What are you? Nothing. It's kind of fun to look back at what you did a few days ago. This was filmed about a week ago, and that is why I've been able to, I listed everything within a couple days, and I think maybe about half of the haul has already sold, so it's good to have that information in the haul as well. This dress, I had to do some outreach, some, I had to help it out a little bit. The tag was all tangled up in there, and I couldn't just let it go by. I had to help it out. And it was also like a satin dress. I wanted to see who it was by, and it ended up being by Never Fully Dressed, which is kind of like, it's not a boutique brand, because that means that it's not like you can't just look it up and find it online anywhere. Boutique is like a brick and mortar store. You're only going to find this here kind of thing. So it's not really that. Like, they have stock photos. You can find them online and everything like that, but it just doesn't have a high enough retail price, that brand, Never Fully Dressed. So not really great for resale for the margins that I'm trying to hit. Like, if I bought it even at the bins, I would probably just be taking it to a BuySellTrade store to trade in. I don't think I would be selling it myself unless I found like a really, really, really cool one. And where do we go next? My GoPro is a little bit crooked. It just goes around my neck. It hangs like a necklace, like a collar. So it's really hard to notice at the time when I'm just walking around if it's crooked, and I couldn't fix it in post. So I apologize. I will only get better from here. So here I'm looking at some of the, I don't know that brand. I'm looking at some of the midi and mini dresses on their circular racks here. I think I quickly get bored of that, and I remember I need to go look at jackets. So this is a Lovers and Friends mini dress, a ruche dress. It's new with tag and everything, but it's just too plain. It's just a mini dress. It's not going to be worth enough. And plus, the Christmas has already passed, so that bright green color isn't going to really help me. So Lovers and Friends, I don't get them mixed up, but I kind of feel like they're a little bit somewhat in the same style category. Lovers and Friends and, oh my God, what am I thinking of? I'm blanking. For Love and Lemons. For Love and Lemons sells for a lot more than Lovers and Friends, but I feel like stylistically, at least, they're kind of in the same category. So, and I'm sorry, my camera is a little too high up as well. Looking at some shoes. Those are actually some Bedstew heels. They're not in super great condition, so I just put them back. I do find a couple pair of shoes at the store today, though, that are really well, and they have really good, and they have actually both already sold. Spoiler alert. I know in the haul portion I'm supposed to be like, ooh, stay tuned for the haul to see what I actually picked up or put back, but that's really hard to do. It's hard to bury the lead like that on purpose. I'm not finding a ton of great stuff here in the midi and mini dresses. I had to make sure that one was not Ace and Jig right there. If you guys don't know about Ace and Jig, please look it up. I once bought one of their jumpsuits here for $22, and I sold it for $285 overnight. So, really similar to that other Lovers and Friends dress that I just saw, but I had to fix that one as well. It was all tangled up. These were cute. I think they were just Cupid, though. Some Madewell clogs right here. Interesting. I haven't sold Madewell shoes in quite a while. Usually though, that would have to be a Goodwill purchase. The prices here are too high. So this dress had a Farfetch label, so I had to check what brand it was, and it's double rainbow, with the rainbow having, instead of a W, like 3 U's at the end. I never heard of that before. So I looked it up just because it was sold on Farfetch, which is just another site like Garmentory or Net-a-Porter, sites like that, you know, will pick up select items from select brands to sell at their store. Here's a lovely I love those employees who are there to help you out and come ask if you want them to hold your stuff. Gotta check this little employee picks rack, but nothing good in there today. Those are almost always completely based on style and not brand, which, you know, is what most of these buy-sell-trade stores are looking for anyway. They base most of their purchases over their counter on style. And for a second, I start looking at the tops because I forget that like I only usually look at tops if I have a big budget that day and a lot of time, because obviously tops are not going to give you nearly as much margins as something like maxi dresses or jackets will. But I also had to make sure that brand Prairie Underground wasn't a thing because it just sounded really familiar. Okay, let's look at jackets. Yay! Jackets are my number one top selling category in terms of making me money and net profit. Here is a Lululemon jacket that they have for $50. Okay, so usually Buffalo prices their Lululemon jackets in the 30s. Like a couple weeks ago, I got a jacket from here that was a recent style. It was priced for $38 and I sold it for $190 something in like a week or so. So I definitely like to take time out and just see if a Lululemon jacket, because this I could tell was a newer style as well. Like it was in really good condition and it was actually down-filled. So, but I think this one might be a little too, it's not oversaturated, but I think it's new enough that there are like a little too many. And then actually, so here I am looking for the size dot, which if you don't know is going to be in one of the front pockets. Usually Lululemon pockets have like another smaller pocket inside of the main pocket, and usually that is where you will find the size dot. So I go ahead and I put that one on my arm, and look at this. Might be my favorite find of the day, maybe, I don't know. But it is a Aviator Nation, which is definitely, if you guys don't know about this brand, please go check it out right now and go look at sold comps on Poshmark and eBay. I love this brand so much. The sell-through rate on Aviator Nation is bonkers, which means that there are way more sold listings than availables. So anyways, so happy. It's always a good day when you find Aviator Nation. And even though that was priced pretty high, it was in the 40s. I speak more about it later in the haul, so I won't say too much here. This, right away, all I really needed to look at here was the price that they were asking, because I love these J. Crew. So J. Crew makes these Christmas. I guess they're not technically officially Christmas, but to me, they just look incredibly Christmas. They have a few tartans. This one is the Stuart tartan in red. They have some really cool pink ones, and they have some that are more kind of white or creamish. But so they're like these matching sets of pants and blazers that are this brightly colored, Scottish tartan pattern. And here I'm just looking up comps. I guess really I'm looking up for stock photos just to make sure. And I just love them. And I've sold a pair of pants before that I found at Goodwill that were new with tag. Sold the pants for $90. So $24 was actually a little steep for this. But I knew the thing was with this is that I knew it was going to sell fast. So I was so happy to see that. And I actually forgot it at the store. Like, they had put it on hold for me, and they put it on hold in the dressing room area instead of the register area. And I literally checked out, went to my car, and was like, wait a minute, where's my J. Crew blazer? And I went back, and luckily it was still there. So I was gonna be so upset if I had forgot that. Okay, so here we are, looking through all the glorious jackets. And I believe I found another one coming up shortly. Okay, here it is. So this one here, I love the girls like behind there, like not, they're just regular girls, they're not resellers, and they're just trying stuff on. I love seeing that. So this is an All Saints coat that was priced at only $35. So it was like a wool blend, and it really only had leather on the collar and like maybe on the pockets. So maybe that's why it wasn't priced up super high. I'm not sure. Like, another lovely employee asking to take my stuff. I love these lovable, sometimes they are dummies and they forget things and they don't take off security tags. And there's my hair, brought to you by Olaplex. Not an ad. And here I am taking my sweater off and tying it around my waist because I am freaking hot in there. Okay, we're looking up stock photos for the All Saints coat. I can just tell by the stock photos that it is a bit of an older style. And I can just tell by like the pants and the shoes that the models are wearing. They're like skinny jeans that aren't high-waisted. Like, it's kind of just easy to tell. So that was a little bit of a strike against it. Like, it was kind of just a pretty basic. So I definitely put it on over my arm to just, it was definitely in the pile of maybes to see about when I was all said and done. I add up all the stuff that I have and just see which stuff I need to put back. So I definitely put it up because an All Saints coat for $35 is really good, and I definitely could make a profit on that. So we will see if I got that or not. And I know that my footage actually cuts off early in this, so that's kind of upsetting, but we've still got a few more things here. This is a Woolrich 100% wool coat. It is really cute though. It's like really boxy, and it's kind of reminds me of a chore coat, which is definitely a really trendy keyword that you want to be using right now for kind of like a boxy, like kind of like a wide sleeve jacket, is chore coat, CHORE. So think about looking that up. It's a really good keyword. And, here I am. This is definitely something that needs to be looked up. I have not bought, I think I've bought Woolrich before in the past, but I can't really remember. And here I am looking at the All Saints jacket again. So funny. Okay, and here's the sweater. So I once found a Doan sweater at Buffalo Exchange, and ever since then, I always look at the sweaters here. But I mean, sweaters anyway have a really good like resale value. I mean, they can be like wool and alpaca and cashmere. There's a lot of possibilities. Here's a $28 DVF, Diane von Furstenberg, a really cute like metallic wrap top. I really liked it. It was like two-tone color block. It's kind of hard to tell here, but like the left side is kind of nude and the right side is more pink. So I decided to take a picture of it and use Google Lens. I think, is that what I did? Yeah, looks like it. And that actually does not help me, so then I need to go, okay, I cut it out of the footage, okay. But I bottom line, I looked that one up and it just wasn't selling for enough, which is kind of sad because it was really cute. This is a Patagonia Cinchilla. For the price is not too bad. What is that price? I couldn't tell. I think that said 35 maybe, but I love Patagonias. Okay, shut up about the Patagonia. Here's my favorite find of the day, I think, are these Doc Martens. I saw them from far away and I like ran to them kind of. At the very least, I speed walked over there. So Google Lens, I tried again on these. Used Google Lens to identify these shoes, and they are called the Opalescent 1460 vegan leather boot. And really, okay, like as soon as I saw these, I loved them so much. I love Doc Martens, and I love when you come across some that you've literally never seen before. Like, I just love the variety that Doc Martens has. They're so cool, and like their sell-through rate is also bonkers. Like, I just love selling Doc Martens as a brand in general. It's people love like they always get so many views, like even people that aren't buying, like they just look at them too. So that also means that they can drive a lot of traffic to your closet in general. Like, even if you're not making a gigantic net profit, there's still several other good reasons to have these in your closet. So here's a bunch of sold listings, and the sold listings, like, honestly, were not as impressive as I thought that they would be. Like, I was kind of blown away by how much I liked these when I saw them. And these sold listings were like, they tapped out at like $135 in price. So I went back and I looked at the availables though. And as you can see here, there really are not any available. I mean, there's like one right there, and I click on it, for sale for $170. Like fairly good photos and stuff. They were not the same size as the ones that I had. They're actually size 5s, which I can tell you right now is the only reason why that listing has not been sold yet, is because they're size 5. Size 5 is a really hard shoe size to sell. It just is. Even for amazing shoes, there's not a ton of ladies that have size 5 feet. And I will say that if you do list a size 5 shoe, definitely also list it in whatever the youth equivalent of that is. Post a separate listing for that as well, or at the very least, just mention it in your description that, oh, hey, by the way, this is a youth size blank. But I recommend like doing a double listing. And so I'm just double checking that these, like trying a couple different titles and keywords to just make sure that these aren't oversaturated, because that's really the only thing that is going to stop me from getting these, because they're also overpriced at $65. I think that's a really fair price for Buffalo to ask for them. But it's definitely...
There was more footage, but my GoPro decides what it's going to record and for how long. I'm at the mercy of unreliable technology, which will eventually kill us all, a la Terminator's Skynet.
Okay, guys, I was extremely happy. It's the kind of haul where I really just want to show everybody on Instagram what I got, but I know I had to save it for YouTube. So here's the stuff we got, and then as you saw, plus some shoes. And then actually, I also went to Pavement, but my camera died and they were about to close, and it was just kind of hectic, and I didn't have my GoPro anymore, and so I didn't record that, but I got some really good stuff that I want to show you from there too. Okay, so as you know, I always like to start in maxi dresses, and it's easy at Buffalo Exchange because they have them all on a wall. And the first one that I came across, actually I don't remember now which dress I came across first, because I don't remember. This was, and I'm filming this about 3 days after I shopped. So actually, I've already sold 3 things from this haul for combined around $450, which is definitely more than I spent on everything. So pretty much everything now is pure profit. And oh yeah, it was $450 after fees. So I sold 3 things. You have to wait and see which 3 they were. And minus the 20% fees taken, I made just about $450 so far. So the rest is all profit. Yay! And that also means I did a good job picking, because things are selling fast and I'm going to get a quick return on my investment, or ROI. So back to the dresses, the important stuff. I'll just go in order here. So I have never purchased this brand before. Hopefully you could see in the video. I don't trust that GoPro too much. But this brand is BCBG Max Azria. And this, first of all, it was new with tag. I think if I bought from this brand, it would have to be new with tag. And it was actually like really pretty, I think this dress would have a really big audience because while it is sexy, it's not too sexy. Like it has this illusion right here that's a dress where the top, the décolletage has like a mesh. It's called an illusion neckline, but it's just kind of form-fitting here and then it flares out and it does have the mini dress here and it's really pretty, you know, floor length. I really like this kind of organza, this pleated part here. And this one is called the Aveline Pleated Maxi Dress. Really good stock photos. The price was pretty good. I believe I paid around $40 for this, but it retails for $468, and I did see some sold comps on Poshmark and Tradesy for over $250. I think one of them was over $300. So new tags, great condition. It even still has this thing, so I am definitely excited to try this. Follow me on my Instagram to see how this dress does. I'm hoping it's gonna do great. It already has a good amount of likes 3 days later. The next one that I found, I feel like I can usually find this, like in a week of sourcing, I'll find one Reformation dress at a consignment store, not just a thrift store, but at a consignment store. Okay, so this one is called the Fleur, like as in Spanish for flower. Well, I think I put in the word diamond. Diamond halter maxi dress. So it makes like this really pretty, really long line, streamlined. It's a size 0, so I can't really show you on this, but it has a fully open back down here. It's in great condition, like no stains, no pulls on all of this or anything. There's not even any strain like to this part, so that is great. The only bad thing is that somebody took out the fabric tags, which is like, that's okay because we know what the fabric is. We can look up the dress and I've listed what the fabric is, but I appreciate that they did not cut out the size tag. This is a size 0 again. And you know, I mean, sometimes if you find something really good, but you don't know what the size is for whatever reason, if it's really good, sometimes you can just really take measurements and disclose and be like, I am, you know, 90% sure that it's this size, but it's definitely these measurements. But I don't know, ones like this, especially when they have this backless portion, so you can't, it's really hard to give somebody a waist and a chest measurement for this. So I'm just really glad that they had not cut out the price tag, I mean the size tag. And then also, you know why they did it, because it's like kind of sheer. It's at least translucent, so that's why they cut out the tag, because it's kind of a big white tag. But you know, Reformation dresses, especially ones that are more legit, like whether it's bachelorette or just a really nice, almost formal dress, can definitely sell for over $200. I've had a black maxi dress Reformation similar to that before, sell for $250. So and it was for a really good price too. Usually Reformation is like $40, $50. I've seen Reformation priced at a consignment store up to like $80. So that's a really good price. And then from there, I jogged over to the jackets and coats, of course, because that is my highest selling category, is jackets and coats. I spotted this, and it's pretty easy to see that this is the sought after J. Crew Stuart Tartan red pattern blazer. I just love it. They have a few different Christmas Stuart, well, they're not all Stuart, but they all are tartan plaids. Like one that I think I like the best is pink, and I've actually sold the pants for the pink set before, and I love this one as well. And it is in flawless condition. I've listed it as new without tag because it just has that like new smell, you know. But this is actually one of their park blazers, P-A-R-K-E, and like I said, this is the Stuart red tartan, and this one actually just sold today for $100. And you know what? It actually retailed for like almost $300, which is kind of crazy. But so got it for 20 something, sold it for 100, and only in 3 days. So that is great. Ugh, don't you just love it? I love this one. I am always going to pick up these J. Crew Christmas plaid things. People, they're very sought after. And then, this is one of my absolute favorite brands to resell. I've never had Aviator Nation that I had to hold on to for longer than a week. And yes, this sold in 2 days for my full asking price of $185. So I almost took a beat to think about paying up $40 something for this, but when I looked it up, I think it is a pretty new design. This design seems pretty timeless, you could say. Like, it's just a hoodie, full zip hoodie with the stripe right here. I mean, there's really not a lot going on, but it is a fairly new style when I looked it up. And it really, I know people say like, oh, this is so soft, but it really is so soft. Like, I kind of forgot / didn't know in the first place that they actually made stuff that didn't just look fun, but it feels really, really nice. Like, you would actually want to reach for this because it is so soft inside and outside for sure. But anyway, it also had this tag on it. So I guess I had never had or seen a new with tag Aviator Nation piece before. And this, I was like, that kind of just, because it didn't have, like, it's just kind of like a store-bought thing. So I was like, that kind of looks like it was like maybe at a different consignment store that someone bought and left it on. But I looked up on Poshmark, I looked up, you know, some Aviator Nation new tags, and lo and behold, like, this is actually what their tags look like. So it's my first new with tags Aviator Nation. And if you saw just a second ago, if you could see it well enough, it retails at $189. And I sold mine for full price plus shipping on eBay for $185 in 2 days. So Aviator Nation, it always has this big old square tag. It's pretty easy to spot, especially just by like the colors, the bright peachy colors. And next I spotted this. How cool is this one? Woolrich. So it's just really cool and really colorful. And actually, this is like one of those things that I don't know if I would have purchased this to flip if I didn't personally like it so much. And also, it just fits like really well. Like, it just looks really, it just fits well. It just looks good. Like, it looks like a little, what do you call it? Like a chore coat. It has like that shape, and plus it has this hood, full zip, and it's in pristine condition. Like, it has no tags, but I don't think it's ever been worn. So I haven't labeled it as new without tags. And there were a few, like, this is definitely the kind of thing where there's going to be some low comps that are like $40, $60, but then there are some that are over $200, and that's what I'm hoping for. And hopefully the fact that it is in season, new without tags condition, in a really cool Southwest Aztec, I believe the actual name for this pattern from Woolrich is Navajo. So it's almost like a blanket coat, chore coat. So all that stuff is really trendy. It's bright. Kind of holiday colored, so I'm hoping that this will at least be able to net me $80 or so, you know? So this is definitely a bit of an experiment, bit of a calculated risk, but that does help me a lot when I really like the piece. Then I'm not all stressed about it, because I like looking at it, you know, in my closet. I enjoy, well, I was going to say I enjoy sharing it, but I don't share my own listing. Yes, I use Posture VA. There's so many extensions and apps nowadays that you almost have to use in your business. So I use Posture VA to share my listings, but I like looking at it. I like when I get likes on it, and it's a joy. It's a joy to have, and it would certainly not be the end of the world if nobody wanted this and I got to keep it. So, but that still, also there are none on Poshmark, and I don't believe on eBay either. So I think that should help me a lot. So you know what, I'll do these next because I'm pretty sure that I got these and had them put them on hold for me before I went to the pants. Yes, and these are one of my favorite pieces from the haul for sure, and they have already sold. These are the Doc Marten vegan 1460 opalescent heathered lilac purple boots in a size 8. They are in like new condition except for the very minor creasing on the tops, and that is it. And I'm looking at these in this image right here, and there it's not doing them justice at all, because they even have in their description, like on Doc Martens, that their color is shifting, because they do look like that. It kind of reflects, and it's just very oil slick-y. And then also mine have these kind of, I call them Freddy Krueger laces. In the actual listing, it's just matching purple, but mine had these that I found at Buffalo Exchange. I'm so sorry for my fingernails, you guys. You don't know how much I hate that, but anyway, I thought it was like super cool, like the way that the colors clash almost work together. So I really like that, and I definitely showcase that in my listing. But these sold for more than they retailed. They sold for $160 or $165 on eBay after 2 days. I think I was asking $205, which is very high considering these retailed for, I want to say, like $130 or $140 or $150 maybe. I believe I sold these for higher than retail because there are none listed. So even though it was a little bit iffy paying up $65 for these, I thought they were so cool. Like, I saw them, I was so excited and attracted by them, and that they were in good condition and that they had cool laces. So when I looked them up and saw that there were none listed, so by the way, 160 is higher than like all of the other sold comps by far for these, and I have supply and demand to thank for that, because it probably, when the other people who have these sold them in the past, they were not so rare. Maybe they just, that wasn't the aspect of selling them. So they all sold. I think even 100 was like kind of, not many sold comps for even 100. So I kind of debated 160 just because of the rarity and because I did pay up for them. But I was like, you know what? That's going to be like $80 profit. And in 2 days, I'm gonna get all my money plus another 80 back. So I just took it. Okay, now I'll do the pants. These were priced really well at $21. That is a steal for a Goldie. Don't think that you need to just, if it's more than $10 at Goodwill, that you can't buy it and flip it. $21 is a steal for a Goldie. I would probably spend like up to, depending on the style and the condition, like $35 maybe on a Goldie. But I had actually sold these before. So these are the Ren, R-E-N, high-rise jean, and it's like a wide leg too, I believe it's called. I had sold them before, and I remember last time I sold them, they were new with tag last time, but they sold in like 1 day for a really good amount, definitely 3 digits. So these haven't sold yet, but they're getting the amount of attention that they should, and the stock photos really speak for themselves. And a Goldie is definitely up there in one of, not just my, but everybody who resells jeans, top selling categories. The sell-through rate is great. People really love these, and they're really well made. And this pair in particular is also 100% cotton, which makes them a little more trendy, because that makes them, one of the keywords is rigid cotton, for when there's no stretch. Because not only does that mean that it's kind of like a little bit, not baggy, but it's just not that sucked in tight that maybe us millennials like wore in high school. So not only is it not too tight and everything, you know, there's no stretch, but it also helps them last longer when they're 100% cotton, because whenever you get the pulling right here, you know what I'm talking about, how some jeans kind of have these little marks right here from being stretched. If it's 100% cotton, you can't get that. That is just from the like elastane or spandex kind of wearing out and not being able to stretch anymore. So that's what happens there. So jeans last longer, you know, like Levi's from 50 years ago, you can still wear today. That's why, is because most older Levi's are just 100% cotton. So hopefully maybe you learned something just then, I don't know. But these are size 25. Another good thing I didn't mention yet that's just kind of should count as one more point in the for column to get jeans to flip is if they have a button fly. Can't really put my finger on this one, but button fly is a little more trendy than just zip fly. And then the other pair of jeans that I got were the Mother high-waisted looker. Yeah, so these were new with tag and they were skinny jeans, but they were high-waisted, and $30 for new with tag Mother is a really, really, really good price as well. Mother retails for a ton. These jeans in particular retail for $220. So they do retail for a lot, and these were new with tag. So these sold in one day, more like 10 or 12 hours for $127. So I'm gonna make right around $70-ish pure profit in one day. So I put in 30, but I'm getting it right back in a few days after this shipment is accepted, because I shipped it out the day that it sold. So skinny jeans are still selling, and these were super, super dark wash, like almost black. So just kind of as an FYI that both of those categories are still selling pretty well. As long as it's skinny and high rise and it's a good brand and good condition, I think you'll be okay. And I know people like the looker in Mother denim anyway, so I love Mother so much. I decided to go to the athletic wear section. They have like a one arounder thing where that's what they're doing right now with all their athletic wear. And at Buffalo Exchange in the past, I found several sets, so like a sports bra and leggings from Girlfriend Collective. And if you find anything Girlfriend Collective, like definitely pick it up. It doesn't sell for, it sells for more than Outdoor Voices, but less than the recent Lululemon stuff, I would say. I think so. And so I found several of those sets before that always sell for like between $80 to $100 in less than a week. So I love looking through the athletic wear, especially around New Year's time. People are making New Year's resolutions. Definitely stock up. You're probably getting that information late right now if you're a newer reseller, because it's going to be like the end of December. But around New Year's time and just December, even November in general, really stock up on athletic wear, because people are going to be buying it up fast come January 1st or before. So I did not, unfortunately, find any Girlfriend Collective sets, but I did find another set by a really good company. And this is also a really, really recent style too. It is still on their website for full price. So this is the Alo Yoga Accolade sweat set. And it's got this like chromed out 3D logo right here on both pieces. And it's just a pretty simple hoodie with the fleece lining or French terry lining, the kangaroo pouch, and then just the regular sweatpants. And what I like about these is not only are they super high rise with a optional fold over waist with the drawstring, but they have a very long inseam too. So they're good for those. So they're good for tall girls too. And this is probably the thing that has gotten the most attention that I've listed out of anything in this haul so far. This gets like a like every half hour. So Alo, I mean, we all know Alo's been around, and they have like older logo stuff that doesn't sell as well, and then newer stuff that sells better. But when you get something really recent of Alo, it really causes quite a stir. So I'm really happy about this. This is probably the thing that, between this and maybe the Woolrich jacket, are the two things that I'm like almost maybe paid up a little bit too much, especially this one. But the reason why both of those I think are going to be okay is because of the sell-through rate. This one, just Alo, it's just getting a lot of attention. It's new. The sell-through rate for new stuff like this, it's hard to find. It's easy to see on sold comps, but it's hard to find available. So it has a really good sell-through rate. And this one, I'm hoping just supply and demand will kind of carry me through and get a sale that way. Okay, so the last thing that I got at Buffalo Exchange, I decided to go look over at the shoe wall, and something I haven't gotten in a while from a consignment store is like that piece from a designer that you've never heard of before, but you can tell pretty quickly that it's kind of like an indie designer, just a small independent designer who is definitely not a household name at all, and you've never even heard in reselling before, but you can tell that they have quite a following, and maybe Garmentory sells their stuff or something like that, and they have a lot of good pictures too, especially blogger pictures. So those things lined up here, and let me show you. So these are the Jamie Haller Atha leather slipper, and I read that she kind of designs these based off of Indian slippers, like traditional Indian slippers. So you can tell that they are very well made. The leather on them is amazing, and they're not like even lined or anything. Like, it's a very kind of like sustainable, no nonsense, very minimalistic type brand, and it's just kind of interesting and kind of architectural while still being kind of easygoing and floppy, for lack of a better word. But it's got this. It's just they're in excellent condition, and the leather just feels so great. And then, you know, the only flaw being like the very minimal wear to the bottoms. So I just know that some well-off person who is kind of like, you know, a rich mom who has 8 kids and just gets to shop all day, like, I feel like she will need these. They're size 40, made in Italy, of course. So Jamie Haller. So follow me on Instagram to see how these sell. Don't really have much more to say about that, but all indications show that taking risks like this will pay off, and especially because these are a very new style. In fact, they are still on her website and Garmentory, I believe, or one other one, for full retail price, which is $390. So I have mine priced at $270 right now, and then my Posher VA sends out 20% offers. And now I just wanted to show you the 3 items that I got at Pavement later that day, because they were pretty good. And every Sunday, Pavement has this, I don't know, they have a bunch of little tents set up in front of their store in the parking lot, and some vendors come, especially like secondhand clothing vendors, kind of like us. And they have like a dollar day, and I don't know, it's just kind of this big thing where they have music and drinks. So I kind of forgot about that, and I'll show you a video. It was just kind of a little much for me in my current mindset. It was also really cold out there, so I made my way straight into the store pretty fast. But the first thing I found, and I decided that since I've been having such good luck with jeans and pants lately in general, that I actually looked at the pants section before I went and looked at any dresses. And I'm so glad I did, because I found this brand is in my top 5 brands. The brands that, if you watched my video a couple videos ago where I was giving tips on online sourcing, I said have around 5 to 7 brands that you are just very familiar with, that you're an expert in, that you are your own comp checker. Basically, you don't need to go do a ton of research on what is this and what are comps like. And this brand is Ulla Johnson, and I just love seeing that label. All the good chemicals rushed into my brain when I saw this label. And it's funny because I passed it up, and I don't know what made me go back, because it was on the hanger. It was folded like this on the hanger, and here, like, the hangers were like right here. So I just saw that and I kept going, and I was just, I don't know what made me go back, but I was like 3 or 4 things past it, and then I went back. So these are called the Wade, W-A-D-E, wide leg jeans. So yeah, just really a long line. This is the kind of inseam length that you can wear heels with, and they won't, they'll still be like around an inch from the floor. And then this ties in a bow. I just didn't want you to not be able to see the brand tag. So I was really happy to find these at $29. No ma'am, I did not need to get on my phone and look up comps whatsoever. So these retail for $325. So right now I have them priced at $250 and will be taking offers. So that is just excellent. There is nothing wrong about this. And it's pretty flawless as well, so it's really just a very exciting time here. The next thing that I found, my second out of 3 items that I got at Pavement, were these Levi's ribcage flare in a size 29, and they are a like burgundy corduroy. So ribcage to me is the highest tier of just regular Levi's that are out there. I love the ribcage. They come up high, they hit your ribcage. Usually ribcage are like a little bit, they fit a little smaller too. They really suck you in. And not only are they ribcage and all that, but they are one of the premium line, which you can tell by this little one. And you can also tell because it just has a slightly different leather patch. And I can't really explain what the patch looks like when they're not premium, but you can at least see this one. So this is a good patch as well. And then here's the Levi's premium. So those go for just a little bit higher. And also, this is also button fly, which as I said earlier is just extra trendy. So I just think Levi's, of course, and ribcage especially, has a great sell-through rate, and these are in like new condition. So these were definitely priced a little high for what I will get for them, but they are super in season. There are barely any. There's another that's pretty close to this, but it's actually boot cut, not flared. So there are some boot cut, but there's only like a couple other flared and none in this size. So and if I didn't say it yet, these are my size as well. So I thought that it was still a good price given all those factors. So I will still definitely I'll probably be able to make at least $40 for sure. So for something I really like that's going to sell pretty fast, I'll put in $40 I'll put in 20 something dollars to make 45 or 50 or 60. And then my second favorite thing, the last thing I found this day. So don't you hate when places have, well, it's good when they have where they keep their more expensive stuff like up, whether it's behind them or like in a case. That's good. Like, I like when they separate it for you like that, but I don't like how usually that's right at the checkout. So you can't really get right up there and see it unless you are currently checking out. And so that is what happened this time. I was checking out with these 2 pants. So I was very happy. I was like, cherry on top of the sundae of today. Didn't really need anything else. I was kind of at my budget too, honestly. But then I didn't even know what they were, but I saw these. Trying to keep it a secret, but I don't know, maybe you already saw. So I didn't know what brand they were, but I was like, I'm getting those to resell. I don't know what they are, but as long as they're priced okay here, I'll resell them. I saw these. Look at them. Look at these. So, and then I got a little bit closer and I saw that they are John Fluevog shoes. These are called the Scheme, SCHEME, angular suede booty. And yeah, so this part up here is so well made. It's like this part, or is this all suede? These feel like suede, the purple and red feel like suede, and then the blue feels like just leather, and then this is of course leather, and it has this really interesting heel. It's like a wooden heel. It's like a little 3-incher, and these are in excellent condition. Just a tiny bit of wear on the bottoms, but the tops are flawless. Yeah, so I did pay $65 for these, but they retail for around $3.50, and there are none available anywhere. And I looked them up, and I found a couple people referring to them as flunicorns. So the thing that you want is the brand name of the thing that you have to be somehow mixed with the word unicorn. That's what you want. So when I saw that people were calling these flunicorns, I was like, absolutely, oh hell yes. So I'm very excited to sell these. I don't really know, I've never sold this brand before, but hey, what a good way to start, huh? So I just love these so much. And I even asked my husband what he thought of them, because I thought his response would be funny, because you know, I could see how someone might think that these are a little wacky. And he was like, oh, I actually liked them. They're nice. Great. Okay. We have fun here. So these are beautiful. And that is it. So it was a really great haul, and it is proving to be a very lucrative haul already. Like I said, 3 items that I have sold, which is the Mother jeans, the J. Crew blazer, and the Aviator Nation hoodie. Minus fees have already grossed me about $450, which is more than this entire haul. So pure profit on everything else, full steam ahead. So it's all a very exciting time to be alive. Let's find a hole for these. That's the, yeah. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I look forward to seeing what you guys thought of this one, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.